Good morning, Facebook world. It is really early. It's like 3:30 in the morning. I went to bed at like about 6:30, 7 o'clock, and woke up about 3 a.m. My sleep schedule is whack, but when we're stationary, it's easier to take naps, and I need, I don't know, a lot of sleep. I'm at the end of the second week of the Kisquali, the pills, and they opened, they're childproof. It's got a little, yeah. So you gotta push this in, whoop, and then you can slide them out. So that's the future. That's what chemo looks like. But it's not chemo, it's a systemic therapy. Anyway, I've taken 2 packets of those, 1 week left, and then I take a week off. Bag of drugs. Not very fun. All of them make you feel like you're detoxing, and all of them, none of them give you any good feelings, or giggly, or silly. They're all depressing. So, yeah, fun. 3:30 in the morning. I can't sleep. I'm checking on my clay. Everything's drying really well, and it's got more strength than I thought already. This real thin one, it might have some structure to it. I don't know. So then I got to thinking this morning, it'd be a lot easier to write the words of the vegetables and flowers and herbs like normal, left to right, and instead of down. Be easier to gauge the spacing. So I'm gonna make a square that tapers down for the plant stakes. So I'm gonna try that. Either my letters are too big or my stakes are too short. I don't know. I'm gonna make some longer ones because then I'll have room. I want to put like rudbeckia, dianthus. There's just different. Most plants have syllables and consonants. A whole bunch of them. So, that's that. A little soap dish. Actually, so I put the word love on it. It came out okay. It's a mirror image, so it's hard to see everything. But, I really like this. I think if it doesn't fall apart with some light sanding, not so pretty. But it's the very first thing I ever made with clay. Well, no. The first thing I made. Little heart. But quit touching it. Let it dry. Leave it alone. 72 hours. And then I can lightly sand it. And I can paint it. And it'll be super beautiful. And then my sponge won't be laying in the sink anymore. Oh, God. This. Wow. It's really swollen. And it's really sore. So today, Portland is where we're at. We stayed at the Harvest Host spot. I don't really have anything lined up. Bless Brian's heart. I made me a cup of coffee. He does that every day, whatever time I get up. 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. He's usually awake. He has a really erratic sleep schedule, but he made me a cup of coffee in a cup he got for Christmas. That used to be his daddy's. He was big into sailing. In 78, I was 7 years old though, so it wasn't me. But yeah, I'm gonna go into Portland today. Gonna hit up a food bank, I guess, honestly. And then go to park in front of the hospital. And apparently our new ride uses a lot more gas than we expected. And we kind of knew that. But with the Suburban, we were getting like 4 miles to the gallon when we were traveling. And that really burned up our cash fast on the front end, just fast. And then so I put it in storage, which also costs money. But that was a couple of chunks that could have done without. So we've made it to Portland so I can go to my doctor's appointment. And I think Brian is going to do a day or two of day labor so that we can get back to the coast. We still have the Suburban in storage. If we can get to the coast and get into 1,000 Trails Park, we've been out already 3 nights. 3 nights. You have to be out 4 more nights, which is easy because tonight we stay at the hospital. And we take our time to get back. Be easy to check back in for 2 weeks. And then use the Suburban to come to Portland to the doctor's appointment on the 11th and 12th. Brian has a primary care physician appointment, and I have my oncology follow-up. So I'm super excited about meeting my primary care physician tomorrow because, number one, I want someone to look at this. My neck is like 3 times bigger than normal. And number one, it's wicked unattractive. Put that aside. Who cares? It hurts. I'm super uncomfortable. So, hurts to cough. And so, I'm really excited about going to meet my primary care physician. Good thing I changed this from bucket list to Jen Talks a Lot, because for sure we're not doing anything super groovy, and I am definitely talking a lot. So, I got some really good advice. Actually, hadn't thought about it as far as remote work positions. Estimators, adjusters, those are all positions. So, I hadn't thought about. Somebody, actually a YouTube follower, mentioned it, Tom, and I'm super grateful he said that because I think it's awesome advice. And I guess that's about it. I want to add something fun and exciting and interesting that we're going to be up to. I don't think that's happening. So we're going to try and, I think have the Suburban sold on the 16th. But so if we can get a couple of days day labor or something figured out, we'll get back to Seaside and then we can get back to Portland. Brian's trying to get a job aggressively. I don't know. I contacted our ex-employer and asked him, I don't know, because it was a camp host, being at the campgrounds in the National Forest. I was definitely discriminated against, but we're kind of hitting brick walls on some things, and it would be easier if we could be stationary and get a paycheck. That was one of the really cool things about that job. So, because now that I get disability, it would definitely be a lot easier. Anyway, it was crippling. We never did any much fun stuff. We never went anywhere. So, maybe it's not a good idea. But they said that Brian could come back to work for their company if he was alone. Well, I was in a funny mood. And not so funny mood. So I asked him what that meant. Does that mean like when I'm dead or he's divorced? Or does that just mean he can be offered a job and not me? So anyway, he probably doesn't have a job offer anymore after that question. Excuse me. No idea what I was talking about. I had a coughing spell. And now I can talk again. I don't remember what I was saying. So Jen Talks a Lot. That's where we're at. Trying to go to a doctor's office and then escape from Portland. And get back to Portland. And then escape from Portland again. Gonna find a place to... Our hot water heater. Something's wrong with it. Hopefully Brian can get it to come on long enough for me to take a shower before the doctor. These weird pills, when I sweat, smells odd. I don't know. I always smell like I've been drinking. Like I'm a serious booze hound. I feel like I smell like that guy that drinks too much cheap vodka and goes to the liquor store at 8 o'clock in the morning and he's like just standing outside waiting for him to open the door, or her. I don't want to be sexist. And so this gender neutral drunk is how I smell. I don't like it. I don't think I smell like a flower, and if I do, I think it's one that blooms once a year and emits a gas. So I guess that's it. Peace, love. But do you know what? Turkey butt.